with Black Mambazo. So may I humbly request that as the audience we rise as we observe a moment of silence for the legendary Ubaba Dr. Joseph Shabalala. May his soul rest in peace. You may be seated. Thank you.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the moment has arrived, and we're going to start off with our award ceremony. Our first award this evening is for economic diplomacy. Now, we all know what a huge part of diplomacy is, and that is ensuring that we have positive trade relations with other nations. This is in line with the African agenda. South Africa places inter-African trade high on our list of priorities. And this, of course, is on the to-do list of the new chair of the African Union, His Excellency President Ramaphosa.
And in its essence, economic diplomacy is the use of full spectrum of economic tools to help us achieve our national interests. The private sector is a valued partner of government, and when we work together both at home and abroad, there is very little we cannot accomplish. I'm sure you can agree with me on that.
This is true. So this next company is what we mean when we talk about continental impact of South African business. We're not just talking about mere rands and cents. The recipients of this award have invested in social responsibility, in good governance, in innovation, and in job creation in countries within which they operate. A company that knows all about working across borders is this exact company, Old Mutual. It was established in 1845, and Old Mutual is an international investment, savings, insurance, and banking group. Old Mutual is one of the largest and trusted financial services providers in Southern Africa, and it continues to expand into Africa and beyond. Ladies and gentlemen, this evening it gives us great pleasure to welcome onto the stage the Director of Corporate Affairs for Old Mutual, I beg your pardon, Ms. Maserame Muyeme, to hand out the Ubuntu Economic Diplomacy Award for 2020 for operating in Africa.
Thank you, Leanne. Thanks, Paul. Unlike you, we still need to read. Old Mutual appreciates the opportunity to hand out this special award. As you all know, the Old Mutual Group operates across the continent, and we therefore have the pleasure of awarding this year's Ubuntu Economic Diplomacy Africa Award to our African company that's also done a phenomenal job coming from South Africa as a multinational. So please welcome to this stage Mr. Daniel Mninele from the ABSA Group. He's the CEO that has recently been appointed. Thank you.
President of the Republic of South Africa, Mr. Ramaphosa, Honorable Minister of International Relations and Cooperation, Dr. Naledi Pandor in absentia, other members of Cabinet present, members of the Diplomatic Corps, fellow celebrants, esteemed guests, good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It's a great honor for me to accept this prestigious award on behalf of ABSA Group. This is a very significant achievement for ABSA, and this award means a lot to us. As I receive this award, I pay tribute to my colleagues across all our markets, colleagues based here in Cape Town, across South Africa, and in all 10 countries we operate in on the continent. their incredible work and dedication and as this recognition. As a financial services organization, in serving our customers and clients, we constantly strive towards unlocking value that will drive economic growth and respond to the continent's socio-economic development imperatives. This award will serve to encourage and inspire us to do more. The award also reminds us that the regional and global expansion of South African business goes beyond just our specific economic and commercial interests or those of our clients. It is an extension of South African nation's hand of friendship and cooperation, a contribution to South Africa's desire to create a better Africa and a better world. To succeed in this work, we rely on the initiatives of the sovereign as it pursues its political and economic diplomacy work. This work ensures that we have the right regional and international trading frameworks and incentives for goods, services, and people to move easier between countries so that we can succeed in what we do. This complementary relationship is often taken for granted, but I would like to assure you, Mr. President and Honourable Ministers, that at ABSA we don't. We appreciate the efforts of our government to create this enabling environment, and we look forward to continue working with you and our missions on the continent in order to grow opportunities for South Africa and for the peoples of the countries in which we do business and for the continent as a whole, of course. I also want to assure you that at ABSA, we are aware that as a multinational firm, we carry the responsibility to be a good advertisement for South Africa when we do business beyond our national borders. We also know that we have to represent the African continent with similar pride and commitment in our global dealings. I am particularly pleased that we received this award during a week in which our President assumed the chair of the African Union, and also during a week in which we completed the renaming of our businesses in 7 African countries and launched the ABSA brand in those countries. To the members of the diplomatic corps that are here from the countries in which we operate, I also want to thank you and your governments for making us feel at home. On Tuesday this week, I was in Ghana, where we were very well received for the ABSA brand launch. Ghana, a country that's very critical in our portfolio and our growth plans, will host the Secretariat of the African Continental Free Trade Area. The Continental Free Trade Area provides great opportunities for the African continent, and as many have said, has the potential to be a real game changer for us. In your acceptance speech for the AU Chair, Mr. President, you put it very aptly, and I quote, you said, "It is to us that the task has fallen to build an Africa that is prosperous and that is at peace with itself." We here at ABSA are ready to make our contribution in that regard. In closing, I wish to thank the Selection Committee for awarding ABSA this tremendous honor and congratulate others who were nominated and those individuals and organizations that would also be receiving awards this evening. Thank you very much.